Here's 7 steps, write them down, memorize them, whatever, but here's the 7 steps to prevent heart disease. Follow the Maximize Living Nutrition Plan, okay? The things that I made for you tonight came out of that nutrition book. The plans are in there. That's what makes it easy. And again, it doesn't have to be my book, I don't care. But you have to follow something, because otherwise, unless you're an expert in nutrition and you know everything, I'm telling you, when you go home, how are you going to know what to make? How are you going to know what's acidic, what's alkaline, what has sugar in it that maybe you didn't even know, what has grains in it that maybe you didn't even know? You don't know, right? Unless you're an expert. You have to follow a plan.
You can't go by the advertisements either.
No, you can't go by marketing and advertisements.
Totally wrong.
Totally wrong. Planning, failure to plan is planning to fail. Right?
Right.
And that's what this is all about. You got to have a plan. If you just go at it, and every night you're like, well, what am I going to make tonight? And you didn't think about it, you didn't shop at the grocery store right for it, you didn't make a list, guess what? There's no way you're going to make a healthy meal. You got to have a plan. So that's what it's all about. And these plans, it's not like the Atkins diet where, you know, it's like you got to follow these strict rules to lose this much weight, or you got to count calories, right? This is just teaching you how to eat healthy so that you prevent anything. Yeah, you'll lose weight too if you have weight to lose. But that's not the goal. All right, so follow the Maximize Living Nutrition Plan. 1. Number 2, garlic. Many studies showing that at high enough levels, garlic supplementation lowers blood pressure and lowers heart disease. Garlic, natural, okay? CoQ10, we talked about it, excuse me. Fish oil, multi-mineral, multivitamin. We didn't talk much about that, but understand many of the vitamins are antioxidants, which fight free radicals, which we did talk about, so it's important to be on that. Again, a good antioxidant formula like a daily detox. If you're looking for a good detox, again, we'll talk way more about this next time, but I'll give you at least 2 tips in case you can't make it next time and you want a good detox. Again, the easy thing is just buy that one, but if you're out there looking for another one, 2 key components are making sure that it has 1, glutathione in it, glutathione, which is the most important, strongest antioxidant in your body, and then activated charcoal. And activated charcoal will bind to the toxin and make sure it gets eliminated out your intestines when you go to the bathroom. Number 7, chiropractic. Well, there it is. Of course, the chiropractor's got to fit chiropractic into the list every time, right? And you might think, well, what does chiropractic have to do with blood pressure? How can it lower my blood pressure? Well, there was a really well-known study that was recently done that showed that specific adjustments in the neck area helped reduce blood pressure. Systolic blood pressure, that top number, by an average of 14 points. In diastolic, that's the bottom number, by an average of 8, by getting adjusted. Okay? So it's backed up by research. Why? Why is that?
Because you're not pinched.
Yeah, because you're not pinched. You got it. Because you're not pinched. What it was the particular bone in your neck, when it was misaligned, it was pinching particular veins that are supposed to drain blood from the base of your brain, called your brainstem. Okay, so right where your brainstem sits, it was pinching and putting pressure on an area so it couldn't drain blood out of the veins. So it was backing up. It was backing up there. Remember, if you got a garden hose and you kink it, what's going to happen? It's going to back up, right? So it was backing up the blood supply, which was affecting this area of the brainstem. That area of the brainstem regulates blood pressure. That's the area of your brain that's responsible for regulating your blood pressure, okay? So that was the mechanism of what was going on. Bone was out of place. It was pinching on a vein so it couldn't drain properly, causing a backup of blood in the area of your brain that controls high blood pressure. So that's how chiropractic can affect your blood pressure. And remember, we talked about it. When there's more pressure in the arteries, the heart has to work harder, and then the heart fails. Okay? So, on that note, think about this. This will be something to think about as a take-home message with chiropractic. These are all the functions of the brainstem. And remember, there was a bone out of place backing up the blood in the brainstem, causing dysregulation of the blood pressure. But blood pressure isn't the only thing that area of the brain regulates. The brainstem is responsible for a list: alertness, arousal, breathing, blood pressure, digestion, heart rate, other autonomic functions, which means all the things that go on in your body automatically that you don't have to think about. Relaying information between the peripheral nerves, being all the nerves that are away from our spine, relaying information from the peripheral nerves up to the brain so that the brain knows what's going on. So, it stands to reason that the study that showed that chiropractic was related to blood pressure would also relate chiropractic to all those other things. Because if the area that regulates these things is being irritated, it's causing high blood pressure, it's going to cause a dysfunction or dysregulation in the rest of those, right?
It's just like an engine. If you don't have intake on it, exhaust flow,
That's right. You got to have out.
It's gonna-
Intake and out.
it's gonna shut down.
Most definitely. We're offering 10% off the Perfect Protein and the Omega Perfect Ratio tonight through the end of March. So take advantage of that. If you don't have it, get some. If you need more, get some. You get 10% off through the end of March. I encourage you, those pink flyers that each one of you got advertises something called Women's Wellness that is in New London here coming up. Forget the date.
The 18th.
The 18th. The 18th of this month. We're going to be a part of that. We sponsored it. We're not the ones that put it on per se. I think it's done by the chamber. But be a great thing to go to if you're interested in overall health. I don't know if can guys go. Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Said no.
I don't know.
She goes.
Get out your best dress.
Yeah, right. I don't know if guys are invited to this or not, but even so, I mean, it's about women's health. Encourage your wives or girlfriends or daughters or mothers, any of the important women in your lives. Encourage them to go to that. There'll be great information, great speakers. Learn a lot more about women's health and women's wellness. Again, the next time we will talk and do a workshop, it will be focused on toxicity, April 12th.